The Western music is what makes it. Makes you feel like a cowboy. Makes you want to get your cowboy hat and your boots on just to play some Red Dead. If that doesn't show you how important music is in video games, I don't know what to tell you. Link is supposed to gallop on horseback with heroic, majestic, magical music playing in the background. Not dead silence. And as soon as his feet touch the ground, the soundtrack starts. Dun, dun. It's important what you're hearing. What's up, people? Dwayne from D-Pad Disquisition. If you guys don't know, I am a huge Zelda fan. Zelda is by far one of the best gaming franchises ever created. Hands down, no questions asked. Recently, I've been replaying Tears of the Kingdom. I just wanted to play through it again. It's been a while. I needed something to mess around in as I'm laying in bed, about to pass out for the next day of work. And Tears of the Kingdom was my game of choice. And as I'm replaying through this game, it's just not hitting the same spots that all these other Zelda games hit. For some reason, it's just not hitting the same spot in my heart that all these other Zelda games fall into. And so I started experimenting and replaying all these other Zelda games, trying to find out what it is about the newest Zelda game that doesn't hit the same spot. And I think I finally found it. At least one of the reasons. And that reason is the music is barely there. It barely exists. Now I know, you're all gonna say, Dwayne, it's just music. Come on, music doesn't make the game. Now, to that statement, I do agree. Music doesn't make the game. But music, the game music, the music that's in game when you're doing everything is very important. And in Zelda, it's super important. I mean, every other Zelda game is praised for its music. That's one of the bonuses that people give it when they review the game. They praise it for its music. Link is supposed to gallop on horseback with heroic, majestic, magical music playing in the background. Not dead silence. Music in Zelda is so important that they've made gaming elements based upon it. The ocarina, the harp, all these instruments based off of music that are in the game where you got to play tunes just to do certain stuff. Warp, move blocks, open doors. They've made elements out of the music. In Wind Waker, they have contextual music, or whatever the word is, where if you're winning and every time you strike the guy, the tone of the music goes up, and then if the enemy is beating you and he's hitting you every time he hits you, the tone of the music goes down. It's neat as hell, because music is important in Zelda. Or else they wouldn't have done all this crazy music stuff in all the past games. But music is not only important in Zelda. Music is important in all gaming, in my opinion. And I know some of you in the comments are going to say, well, what about the games that don't have any music? Some games are made to be like that. Some games want you to experience the ambiance. Zelda ain't one of them. I'm not here for the ambiance, okay? I'm here for the gameplay, the dungeons that are basically non-existent in the newer Zelda games, which is a tragedy. Those need to come back. That's a whole nother video. But music is a key component in gaming, in my opinion. Not only a key component, one of the top key components. Imagine taking those games that don't hardly have any music and loading them up with soundtracks, like loading up Amnesia with weird music, or loading up Silent Hill with crazy soundtracks, like rock and roll soundtracks or something. It just doesn't work because what you hear is super important. The music or slash non-music in some rare cases for certain games, but some games I feel would work perfectly fine without music, like most shooters, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Resident Evil, Silent Hill. They want the immersion. They want you to feel like you're in the experience. You're getting attacked. There's not music playing in the background, but it's important what you're hearing. That's the point. When I think of wonderful moments in gaming that just wouldn't be the same without the soundtrack playing in the background, I think of moments like Witcher 3, where Vesemir dies, and you're sitting there and his body's burning in the fire, and the sad music's playing, and Geralt just looks sad for the first time. Really heartbroken for the first time. That soundtrack makes it hit deep. Now, if there was clown music playing in the background, it just wouldn't be the same. Or if it was just dead silent, it wouldn't hit as hard. Just wouldn't touch your heart like it does. Think of Mario Galaxy, when he falls from the sky at the very beginning, and as soon as his feet touch the ground, the soundtrack starts. Dun, dun. The whole orchestra takes off. Without that intro just wouldn't be the same. That's a magnificent intro. The way Mario Galaxy starts is fantastic, and I'm not even a Mario Galaxy fan. But that intro, wonderful. I don't know if you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, but imagine all the gunfights without the kick-ass Western music playing in the background. They would suck. The Western music is what makes it. Makes you feel like a cowboy. Makes you want to get your cowboy hat and your boots on just to play some Red Dead. Music is so important in gaming that GoldenEye from the N64 has aged like milk. Aged like milk. It's one of the worst aging games I've ever seen in the history of time. But that soundtrack's good though. It aged like a fine wine. Might be the only thing that holds it up. And it barely holds it up because, man, GoldenEye aged like shit. But the soundtrack is fantastic. Shout out to Grant Kirkhope and whoever else did that soundtrack, but the soundtrack's the only thing that holds up for 007 GoldenEye. If that doesn't show you how important music is in video games, I don't know what to tell you. The last thing I'm going to say before we go is that even in Black Ops 6, they had to put in fantastic lobby music just to make waiting in a lobby better. And it does, because music in video games is very, very important. You guys take it easy, and I will catch you on the other side. Peace out.